Okay guys, here we are at an undisclosed location. Pumpkins from Halloween that we never carved. I'm opening up. And I got some Tannerite we're going to stick in there. Hopefully I can hit it with the 9mm. There's the other one. Fairly big. Using my handy dandy Goodwill knife that I found. Actually got another one of those at home. It's pretty neat. Just in case I needed to dig anything out, we got this. There's the Citadel warhog 12 gauge semi-automatic shotgun. And I'm going to try to hit the Tannerite with my new SCCY CX-1 9mm compact pistol. And here's the Tannerite. I'm going to start off with just one of those. I got 4 explosions here. See what happens if I can hit it with one. I'm thinking one of them's not going to do a whole lot to that pumpkin because I've used Tannerite before and just one of these is pretty small, but we're going to give it a whirl. Take my dollar store or Goodwill knife. These things seem to cut open pretty well. Just hold it with my feet. Just kind of cut around. I was surprised to see they're pretty hollow in there. So that should be great for getting Tannerite in there. I think this little mound right here is going to do good. I got back range there. Pretty far enough away from the truck, but I got to be able to hit it with that little 9mm, and those bullets are going to be flying all over the place, so we'll see. So I was going to show you how this Tannerite works. Well, first of all, how you're supposed to mix it. You got your mixing bottle here and your instructions, which we don't need that. It's funny that it comes with a set of earplugs. I've got plenty of those. So pour the white granular contents of the target container into the mixing container, which is this. And then you tear open one of these catalyst packets and dump it in there. Then you shake it up really good until it's all one color. So, oops, pour that in. And the nice thing is you get these cool little containers that are useful in a lot of different ways. Then you take one of these bad boys, which they're a little weird opening them. Dump all that in there. And shake. Mixes up pretty quick. I like to kind of do it all different directions here. The funny thing is once you mix it up in this mixing container and you try to dump it back in here, it's always too much for some reason. So you usually have to leave some of this for the next batch. I usually leave a little bit in this mixing container. That should be about good as far as mix it up. It was white, now it's gray. So then when you're done with that, this is going to be your target, the small one. Dump it in here. Try to get it as tight as you can in here, because you don't want to waste any. That's pretty tight. See, and then there's that much left, which I can't fit in here. And a little bit of this is probably going to have to go back in here. Got to be able to close the lid on it. And that is how you make a Tannerite target. They make a lot bigger ones than these. This is just a 1 pound or half pound. So these are each a half pound. As always, safety first. I got my safety glasses and my earplugs here. Always want to have safety whenever you're shooting. Earplugs and safety glasses. So I'm going to go set the target now. Just a half pounder. Move this guy out of the way. Put that right there. Without it tipping over. There we go. Well, so far I'm happy with this thing. I don't own a lot of handguns, so I'm not really familiar with them when they're new, but it jammed up a couple of times, but it seems to be getting better the more rounds I put through it. It's pretty small and it's pretty inaccurate. I'm about that far away from that pumpkin, which I'd say is probably 30 yards or so, maybe 40. And I hit the pumpkin a few times, but I could not get the Tannerite to go off. So I picked up the pumpkin to see what the Tannerite looked like underneath after shooting this thing a few times. And as you can see, I was a little low a few times, but the Tannerite cracked open somehow and spilled everywhere. So I don't know if I hit it, but the 9mm wasn't strong enough to make it explode or what. But I did hit the pumpkin a few times. So I don't know. I'm going to try to hit this thing outside of the pumpkin and see what happens, even though it lost half of its shit already. So I still haven't been able to hit it. I've got the Tannerite sitting in the bottom of the hole of the pumpkin. This is the last rounds that I have for my 9mm that I'm going to use today. I want to save the rest of them. So we're going to try to get it this time within 8 rounds. Next up is the Citadel warhog 12 gauge semi-automatic home defense type shotgun. We're going to give this a whirl. Well, as you can see, the Citadel warhog 12 gauge decided that it wasn't going to have anything to do with these pumpkins. Yeah, I was standing a little close, but it was pretty cool to watch. Nothing much left of those bastards. Okay, so overall, this 12 gauge is badass. Zero issues, no jamming. It's pretty comfortable for a 12 gauge, really. Doesn't have a lot of kick. The pistol grip is really nice. Makes it handle really well in your arms. So I'm really happy with this one. That's going to be a fun one. The SCCY, it's pretty inaccurate. I can't really complain though. It wasn't very expensive and it's pretty compact. After I ran a few rounds through the first clip, everything started kind of breaking a little bit and it was a lot smoother. I didn't have any jams after the first few rounds. I need to break in the other magazine as well, so everything is operating smooth. But overall, that's a nice little handgun to have. I was probably trying to shoot too far away. Maybe a little bit more practice with that one would be great. But yeah, pretty impressed with both of them. Well, that's a wrap. Don't want to waste any more 9mm, and it's starting to get dark a little bit here. Overall, I'm pretty happy with both firearms. If you like the video, hit the share button. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notifications bell for more content. Thanks for watching.